Hey everyone, doing fine, I hope. About this time last year, I dedicated an entire month here on my channel to the great David Gilmour and Pink Floyd. Practically a solo a day, learned, covered, and uploaded to my channel during those 30 days. Some tutorials, a few tone videos, a top 10 list, a gear guide video, so on and so forth. It was quite popular at the time, and I've been wanting to do another one featuring a different guitarist. However, as it's a hell of a commitment to upload a video every single day for a month, I've been putting it off for a while now because, quite frankly, it is a ridiculous amount of work on my part. That said, I think I'm ready to tackle another of the great and legendary guitarists for another solid month. So starting tomorrow, we'll be beginning Alex Lifeson month here on my channel. Without doubt, one of my personal top 10 guitar players of all time, and a player who was a major influence on my own playing when I was a young lad. When I was an 18-year-old kid locked in my bedroom practicing 10 to sometimes 14 hours a day, there were pretty much just 4 or 5 guitar players who I focused all of my attention on. Eddie Van Halen, Adrian Smith and Dave Murray of Iron Maiden, Randy Rhoads, and of course, relevant to the topic at hand, Alex Lifeson of Rush. I probably played, practiced, and tried to emulate Lifeson in particular more than all the others when it comes right down to it. Being a good red-blooded Canadian boy in the late 70s, early 80s, I, of course, was a massive Rush fan, and every band that I played in throughout the 80s, regardless of genre, always had a drummer and a bass player that were as equally obsessed with Neil Peart and Geddy Lee as I was with Alex Lifeson. So obviously any band downtime was dedicated strictly to practicing and banging out Rush covers by myself, the drummer, and the bass player. Now, I'm not telling you anything particularly groundbreaking or unusual here, of course, because in the late 70s and 80s, Neil Peart was hands down the best rock drummer in the world, and Geddy Lee was the best rock bassist in the world. These two guys had a hell of a lot of drummers and bassists out there playing in basements and clubs and whatnot who were totally obsessed with their playing. Alex, on the other hand, while of course a major component of Rush and an otherworldly talent in his own right, sadly always seemed to get lost in the shadow of the other two titans of their instrument. This development is somewhat understandable, I suppose, as even I would say, as big a fan as I am of Alex Lifeson, that he wasn't the very best player of his instrument in the entire rock world, as was the case with his two fellow bandmates. But, make no mistake, he's very, very good, and deserving of much more respect and admiration from the guitar and music community than he's received over the years. Case in point, Rolling Stone's list of the top 100 guitar players of all time, put out in 2015. And where does Alex Lifeson show up on that list? Well, he shows up at number 98, right at the very bottom, with the strummers and the punk rockers and the grunge players and the songwriters, Bruce Springsteen, Joni Mitchell, Paul Simon, Kurt Cobain, Thurston Moore, Steve Jones, Lou Reed, so on and so forth, beaten on Rolling Stone's list by every single one of the aforementioned. Alternatively, Guitar World magazine also put out a list of the top 100 guitar players of all time as well, released just this year. However, they broke their list up by genre, proper thing. So then, where does Alex Lifeson show up on their list of the top 100 rock guitar players? Well, he shows up at number 8. Now, there is some proper respect. Guitar World magazine obviously seems to know just a thing or two more about good guitar playing than the ridiculous editors at Rolling Stone magazine. Regardless, this type of musical ignorance has run rampant throughout Lifeson's career with regards to his playing, and has relegated him to being one of the first names to pop off any musician's lips when the topic of the greatest underrated guitar players of all time happens to come up. Now, as far as rock guitar players go, I think Guitar World's top 10 is fair. That's about where I'd have Alex Lifeson as well. He was then and still is to this day one of my absolute favorite guitar players. So then, in honor of the great Mr. Lifeson, as I previously stated, I'm dedicating an entire month to his incredible playing here on my channel. If you're a fan of Alex's playing, hopefully you'll be in for a treat every day. If you're not, well, please bear with me for 30 days. I'll do my best to add some other content as well over the next month when I can possibly find the time. Well, there you have it. Alex Lifeson month, 30 days of LERXST starting tomorrow, or starting right now, I suppose. I certainly hope you enjoy it. And, oh, by the way, for those maybe not in the know, LERXST is Alex's nickname and subsequently became the name of his amplifier company that he founded a number of years ago. Regardless, thanks for watching. I hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, wherever that may find you. We will see you tomorrow with some Rush and the great Alex Lifeson. Cheers.